everybody, welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way, and we are on session 128, uh, picking up exactly where we left off. Previously, the last week's session, the Menagerie decided that they were, well, gonna go investigate the lightning strikes that hit the Tephra Shelf here in Carver. The approach that the group ended up taking was probably not one that they had ever anticipated taking. During the time, Roque had adorned on the mantle of the Scaleborn caster, as well as taking its blade, and seemingly was going to be the distraction. Leaping up, using his Staff of the Croak, up on the walls of the Tephra Shelf, the gated community, or so, as you wish to call it, with that is in stark contrast to the rest of Carver and its disheveled and downtrodden state. Uh, During the rain, Rock did seem to get some of the attention of the guards, managing, making it possible for Dragnar to slip through using his shadows techniques. However, the interaction probably didn't go the way that the Menagerie expected, as it kind of went kind of nutty. And in short, another group from within the glitter dust, the gem dust, excuse me, ended up attacking Rock while he was on the wall by shooting an arrow at him. This startled the guards as they heard the clattering of an arrow in the courtyard. Then they began firing their crossbows at Rock. This ended up getting more and more attention as a few of the Menagerie members hid behind the wall. Some other of them were open in plain sight, but acting as they were drunkards, uh, trying to get their friend off the wall. And eventually, what it led to is one Lord Laurent emerging from within the Tephra shell, discussing very pompously and nonchalantly with the guards to deal with the issues, and um, Rock feigning his death, I would say, uh, managed to vortex warp Lord Laurent from inside the Tephra shelf to the outside of the wall, where Davis was there, ready to scoop him up. However, when he was scooped, he seemed to be very calm about the situation, and as Davis started to move, Dragnar impeded his path, um, stated that this is not what the Menagerie does, and eventually the Menagerie let Lord Laurent go and disperse before, I mean, any other type of shenanigans could happen. However, when they dispersed, they did split up. Uh, all of them went into the direction back down the slope from the Tephra to the glitter to the gem dust. It's saying glitter today. But they did take different paths. Rock went by himself. Uh, Sez and Karos went kind of together. Dragnar accompanying them loosely. Al and Davis, being the two drunkards, went together as well. Um, However, they're able to stay in communication thanks to the telepathic bond that they share. When Rock got out of line of sight from the Tephra and was near one of the alleys by the Dusty Pick, he was approached by one hooded individual, seemingly prepared for dealing with him or someone of his skill set, and another one as well where they managed to gag him, well, nullify his magic, gag him, and then began to carry him off. Uh, Still able to communicate through the bond, he alerted the Menagerie that he was captured and they were taking him, and kind of loosely giving them directions that he was being taken. And then that also prompted Sedge to do locate creature, and the Menagerie were able to track him down outside of the glitter walls of the gem dust to the north portion, inside the Foot Flats, the proverbial shantytown and ghetto of the area, where Dregnar remained behind as he was going to investigate the Dusty Pick, as that's where he had originally been told that the original assailants from afar went. Uh, and I guess he was also going to go see about the Scoot. Uh, the last thing that happened was that over the telepathic bond, Roque was able to kind of give them an idea of where they were, and before he was pummeled to unconsciousness. And then that left Davis, Aros, Stead, and Allegretto to go into what is an establishment known as the Burnt Water Spa. It is where Stedge's locate creature took them, and it is also lines up with the description that Roque had provided. After getting in there, it seemed abandoned. Well, not abandoned, but closed for the evening. Trying to find some clues. They were unable to, but then Hans was able to assist Al with discovering a Lord, what do you call it? A trapdoor, I guess you would say, that led to an underground portion. The menagerie that was there went ahead and started going down, their way illuminated by Drifty, where towards the bottom of the stairs they saw a hooded figure that revealed their face, a pale purple-skinned tiefling with whited over eyes and a singular horn that, instead of growing out, almost like started on one side and wrapped its way from around the back of his head and pointed out the opposite direction, with a little bit of a grin on his face, saying, "Sorry, it's going to get a little bit exciting in here." They saw crackling fuchsia purple lightning gathering at his hand. He clapped his hands together, and a bolt of lightning struck the four menagerie members, promptly followed by a giant minotaur rushing and goring them, where Karos and Davis managed to grab him by the horns, stopping him. However, Davis losing his footing and Karos struggling to keep him in place. And, well, that is where we pick up. And I guess I should get some build-up music started.
Adam, I did have a question since I left early.
Yeah.
Did I hear the conversations that were going about Roque not responding and stuff like that?
You would have heard Roque saying, "Oh boy, this," like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but yeah, you would have heard and sensed that Roque got knocked unconscious over the bond.
Yeah, because also in the podcast, Davis's character had said something about, can we still talk with Roque? I didn't know if that was made aware to me. And if that's the case, I would have started trying to move towards where they're at.
Okay, you're fairly fast. It's still, go ahead.
I do remember, like, the entire time I was tracking him, even when after, like, after we lost communication from him, I started describing, like, where I was going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just want to see, like, because we failed to take that into account. I want to see how quickly Dregnar will be able to get there. And there'll be some survival checks to navigate and try to figure out. And you guys, he was probably unconscious for a good 10+ minutes at this point, probably actually more. So
Imagine Dregnar running across the roofs of the houses.
exactly.
Does unconscious count as a rest?
No, it does not.
Or sleep.
So, Adam, my movement is 70, so that means 210 around if I go full tilt.
Yeah, with no key now. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it'd be 220 then, because it'd be 70, 70, then bam for 60. Because it is nighttime, right?
If you wish to, yeah.
If that's my maximum,
No,
I
that
could
would be
go.
200. 210's faster.
210.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, no, 210's faster.
Yeah, it's 200. So 200.
200.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend all my key.
But you don't have to.
doing it.
You get it. You get the dash for free.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Disregard. I'll shut up now. 210. So triple speed. 210. Let's do this.
Where needed, you would have it's such a small difference. Where needed you have run, or you would have bamfed for that. Okay, got it. This is honestly going to be more of a survival check to see because you weren't with the group and you're just kind of going off of the landmarks. However, there was a lot of details given, and so go ahead and give me a survival check. The DC is not going to be too insanely difficult.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I rolled a nat 1, so I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh shit. Nice.
Just remember last time we had that free one, so I didn't have to use it. That will be a 24, but I get to add a d6 as well, correct?
Is it one of the skill points that monks are?
Believe so. Let me double check.
proficient? I don't think they are survival. They're not. No.
Okay. So 24.
24. Okay. We'll say you were very quick to adjust your mindset. You were initially going to go to the dusty pick, and you had started like on the roof, started figuring out a way to get down through some of like the exposed ventilation grates and all that. And then as you're like, starting to step down into it, you get the sense of what's happening, and without hesitation, you realize this is for later. And you just kind of parkour and bamf and run as fast as you can, which is surprisingly fast, especially for it still being wet and slick and nighttime. And we'll say that you basically are able to arrive to the burnt water inn as you're able to follow the instructions, the 2 barrels, the flower pots, and all that lined up with the description. And then the one sign that seemed to be made out of different signs put together to say the burnt water. Definitely told you were in the right direction. And as you arrive,
sorry, go ahead.
you hear the thunderclap coming. And you hear that thunderclap, and you're like looking up, expecting lightning, but then you instinctively understand, oh, that was from inside and down, and then we're gonna pick up with you outside of the building. So you're just like a couple rounds behind, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, because I totally imagine me doing like the Jackie Chan, like on the wall, like jumping around, hitting like, rolls and just like
Hell yeah.
building. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm just like going.
Yeah, nothing's stopping you. You're just kind of like, whatever is natural for you to Jackie Chan parkour, you Jackie Chan parkour.
So,
Nice.
Danny, is it 24 miles per hour?
About. It's a little less, but yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, you're
Dwarf.
speedy boy.
Yeah. Usain Bolt's top speed is like 27 miles an hour or something like that.
Yeah, but that's on a flat surface.
Yeah,
so
and
I'm
like
going
for
over.
a couple of meters or something like that, not a fucking mile.
Yeah, yeah, you're sustaining this. You're like, haha, I am the
At
greatest.
what point do you run faster than an artificer's bullet?
That's a good point. All right, so with that, Dregnard, we're gonna keep in mind that you're gonna be with a 24. If it was 25, I'd say you would be 2 rounds behind, but we'll say you're 3 rounds behind because it
Okay,
was
that's cool.
impressive that you got there so quickly. So we'll still have you roll initiative, but you'll be 3 rounds late. Let's get some. Whatever this is. All right, let's go ahead and get the initiative tracker going. Oh, and I get to introduce the tokens for the guys. Give me a second.
Nah. They're gonna be paced in a minute.
Do unconscious people
Right.
roll initiative?
Sure.
As you guys are rolling initiative, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get.
Fitting. And I already used my boots today on our stupid fight coming into towns.
Boo.
We were about to get a long rest right then. What happened?
Somebody woke us up.
There was a dragon in the clouds.
I saw it too.
Oh, wow.
Shit was real.
We're not rolling big today, boys.
Ah,
So far, max is a 10. Alright.
yeah, I
Right.
thought I clicked on on my token, but apparently
well.
I didn't.
Okay, so who do I need to add to the tracker?
You
A
have to
lot
do
of
mine manually. I guess I clicked off my token.
That's fine. What's your number, Dragner?
18.16.
All right, Karos, what's yours?
0.
Okay, he hasn't rolled yet. Who's missing?
Rock was
Rock?
9.
Why didn't mine auto go in there? I did the
Did
thing.
you-
Did you have your thing?
Do you have your
selected?
guy?
Oh, no, I didn't click on my.
That's okay.
It's weird that it even allows you to do that, because I think it used to just warn you. It like wouldn't allow you to do it.
Yeah. And then when Kyle gets back, we'll add him to the turn order.
All
right,
Alright,
Are these guys
I
on
do.
the turn? There you go. Let's see.
had
They
to
show
grab
up.
the cat from outside, but alright. Here's my
The cat man
token.
grabbing the cat.
Yeah, he really likes just like chilling outside. And if he gets hungry, I can call his name and he'll run in. But if he's already eaten half of his dinner, he just doesn't do anything.
He's not interested. He's like, eh.
He's like, I'm just
Ow.
gonna fucking.
Oh boy, our initiative rolls are so bad.
That kind of makes sense. Most of y'all got electrocuted.
Yeah, I
Beep, beep,
So-
can't.
Oh wow.
I
Send
can't
help, please.
muster Dragnar because I can't see him, so I will muster Alsage myself. Or you know what? Yeah, I guess Alsage myself.
Mustard.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I can do 4 now. So yeah, everybody in the stairwell.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you can.
I gotta move my token because I can't get.
All right.
Good, do this alien since you're laying on your back.
He's flopping around. Let me see this.
I can do 4, right? It's my charisma modifier.
Yeah, it's your charisma bar. You can do 4.
I was just checking.
I'm 99% sure it's charisma bar.
Yeah, charisma modifier minimum of 1. Gotcha. Let me look at my 5e tools, see if that says the same
Yeah.
thing.
Hopefully. Okay. Alright. Did I have these guys? I do not. Turn order. Boys, 20. That's turn order. This boy is a 10. Alright. So you guys can see their tokens, right? I can't check on the stream because of how you got your camera zoomed in, Danny.
Sorry, yeah, I can see it now.
That was fine. Okay.
Just
making sure.
Checking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Karos, Sal, you got chess pieces too.
Okay. So, there we go. Alright, so we get started. So as you guys are reeling back from the surge of electric energy through your bodies, and then very abruptly, you know, Davis and Carlos, you had to physically stop this large minotaur from goring and trampling through the rest of your friends. Davis, you kind of lose your footing and slam down on the ground. Carlos, you're holding on as steadfast as you can. And it is Mole's turn. This dark, almost onyx fur minotaur with gray kind of throughout the coat, a heavy classic, you know, bull's ring through his nose, and one very heavy metal ring on his other ear. Horns adorned very lightly, actually. They're not elaborate in any way. They grow, they're healthy, they have some chips and some nicks and some, you know, damage to them over the years, likely conflicts that he's been in. Dwarfing all of you, including you, Karis, and Davis, as, you know, what, being 6'6"? I don't remember the heights of you guys,
I'm
but
6'4".
something like that. 6'4", yeah. So, standing a good foot or so over you. Davis much more as you're down on the ground with your back on the stairs. You see him just, you know, grunting and with this like force as Carver's kind of holding him at bay, he actually just kind of feigns off. And then, faster than you can comprehend, he pulls what seems to be a maul that he had, and then just swipes it across, and he's going to go for a cleave on Davros and on Davis.
Can I warding flare that?
Yes, you can, because you have a reaction.
So since
Cool.
I'm
gonna
prone,
warding flare that swipe.
that would be a straight roll against me, though, right? Or is it a roll against
It's
both of us?
It's imposed disadvantage. So if it's just you
Yeah.
have advantage, then it would just equal out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be a roll on Karos and a roll on Davis. So it's one roll. It's two attacks, one roll.
Oh, okay.
I said a cleave. Like, yes, it's multiple attacks, but just flavoring it as a single
Got
cleave.
it.
Well, apparently the light got in his eyes because he didn't roll
Nice.
more than a 5 on the dice. So as he goes to sweep, you hear him, and then with his third attack, he'll put the maul up to the kind of up in the stairway and just like hit the side of the column as you're coming down, and you see like as the sparks ignite on his as he's like dragging the maul against the stonework, little sparks ignite, and he's like sheathed in this like almost what do you call it? Like a silvery kind of presence and aura that kind of rests upon his body.
Oh yeah. What am I concentrating on? I have no idea.
Loki creature.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which you need. I didn't make you roll a Constitution saving throw, so don't worry about it. You're good.
I mean, you can make me throw it. We kind of found where they're at.
But whatever. It's. I'll let you have it for now. So,
Sure.
so yeah, that's Maul.
With
All
my
right.
reaction when I do that warding flare, I'm gonna be like, "You don't want to do this."
Very well.
It's like
And
New Jersey Edge. You don't want to do this.
don't want to do this. So yeah, the light blinding him, like glinting off of his, heavy nose ring. And then yeah. So Dregnar is one turn out. I'm just gonna put so that's one turn that has passed. Making your way. You hear the sounds of like a heavy impact from like the ground below you, Dregnar, and you hear like the sounds of like stone scraping, like metal and stone scraping. But that's all you get as you work
Okay,
your way forward.
well, since I can talk, what can I expect? What's going on? I'll be there in about 10 seconds.
Big bull guy.
Right, Al.
So no
Zap.
heads up about the lightning. Thanks.
I have a bigger problem in my face.
All right, Al.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna pull out the pan flute. I'm pointing at the bull. I'm gonna say, show me your best dance moves, and I'm playing a little polka. And suggestion, I want him to dance.
Okay. Interesting.
It's like a scuffed version of Irresistible Dance or whatever.
Yeah. All right. What's the DC?
17 wisdom.
All right. It's at the start of his turn, right?
I think so. Pursue course of action, best of their ability, such as action, entire duration. Spell ends when it finishes what they're asked to do. It doesn't seem to specify.
It says on a failed save, it pursues the course of action you describe to the best of its ability.
Yeah. So
So
we'll
I
say
suppose on his turn.
an action will swing
Yes.
around the thing. So you see like as like the silver glitter effect of like the aura around him settles in and kind of locks in, silhouetting him. He hears you, and he makes that like stern eye contact with you, and you get the sense that it clicks with him. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
charm.
How far can I march towards the tiefling?
You are in its pit.
Is 2 boxed in?
Well, that's the thing. So it's pretty difficult in the front. Remember, there's enough room so you guys could go shoulder to shoulder next to each other, and it would be pretty a tight squeeze. Davis is on the ground, making it already difficult. Karos is, imposing against a minotaur. So you could try to swing by or squeeze by, but it's going to be at half speed the entire way,
Okay.
if not vertical. And you would not be able to get to him. Space is not necessarily the most, accurate when I do it like this. If I really wanted to make it accurate, I gotta move y'all like this. Sorry, Davis.
That's fine.
It's probably
Yeah.
something like that is probably more accurate. So even if you go at half speed, you'll probably get to the Minotaur.
Perfect. I'm gonna give that a shot then. I'm kind of tiptoe and kind of
Watch
keep
the jump.
playing while I step through. Kind of make a little leap. Make sure not to step on
Alright.
Davis.
Alright.
When I get, see, set about here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna look at the tiefling. I'm going to stop playing the pan flute. I'm gonna drop it on the ground, raise my hands, and yell at him. Hold your damn fire. We're on your side, damn it. We know they're doing shit with the shelf. Let's talk it out. Come on. And I'm gonna scowl at him.
Alright, so as you scowl at him, he looks you over, and you see that he was preparing something. Like he was reaching in his it's a cloak, but also is has down to almost like a trench coat vibe. And he was reaching in his pockets, and you can see that he was pulling out 4 orbs, 2 in each hand. Say, what side would that be, huh? And he's holding his action.
Am I allowed to talk anymore?
Sure, you can respond with a small little quick.
I'm assuming these fucking cultists are making this cloud dragon.
Alright, cool. And then on Rock's turn, because Rock is unconscious, he's fine. He's not bleeding out. Sorry, Rock, you're not in this. I'm sorry. Actually, Rock,
Well-
I will do this. For the sake of when you wake up, you can always roll a d20. If you roll a natural 20, you kind of wake up out of the. So go ahead and roll.
Nope, I rolled a 7. I
Alright,
groan
so-
and drool and shit myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright. Since it's Rock's turn, he'll take the moment and say, "You didn't make that happen." And that is your turn.
Get your reaction.
Oh. My reaction, yes.
Okay, you're back.
I wish I had calm emotion. Damn it. Who prepared these spells? God, it wouldn't be me, would it?
What a fool.
I shit my pants.
Going... yeah. I am going to... I'm gonna approach slowly towards where Rock and everybody is. I know the Minotaurs kind of got us harried in the hallway, but I'm gonna approach slowly with a dodge action with my shield out. And I'm just gonna use my action to talk at them, actually, is what I'm gonna
Go
do.
for it. What do you want to say?
Listen. We're not trying to kill anybody tonight. We don't want more trouble than is worth for both of us.
Sesh, as you're kind of focusing on the diplomatic side, go ahead and give me a perception check.
A perception check?
Mhm.
Hiya! Ooh, whoa.
I like hearing that.
That was very good. $27 total.
Damn. Okay, yeah. So I'll give it to you. So the 2 individuals, you're focusing on the one that you heard his name being explored as Mole, the Minotaur. On his armor, that is also covered. However, he's kind of thrown off the cloak as he approached and was going to gore the group. You see that he has like a patch, kind of emblazoned, and as part of his getup. And on it is a crest, and the crest is pretty simple. You've seen this before, and you've heard this group before. The symbol is just a simple white candle with a small flickering flame on it, on just a solid background, and this organization. The symbol. It kind of strikes your mind. They're the candle lighters. We'll see what you know about them on your next turn. You recognize the symbol, and you see it on both of them. Mole has it on his patch, and then the tiefling inside of the collar of his hood. You see that there's like inside the two on the left and the right. There's that same candle.
Only I had detect things. Anything, like good and evil. I want to see about this tiefling.
Yeah, I get you. Alright.
Next turn. All right, cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Davis. Your two friends have stepped forward, talking more than anything, kind of imposing their way posing themselves between you and the Minotaur.
Alright, so I will get up. So
Okay,
that's
15 feet.
of movement.
Mhm.
And I will say, yep, they're right. You really don't want to do this, and I'm actually going to attack him. So I'm summoning a Redeemer as part of it.
Sure, go for it.
I don't like getting knocked down, man.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, retaliation is valid.
Yeah, and I can, whatever.
You don't punch down, you don't
24
punch
to
up,
hit.
you punch back.
The Redeemer manages to, as it goes, as you lunge forward, striking between your friends, the tip of your glaive strikes into the silvery sheen around the Minotaur, and for a second there's a bit of resistance, but then you manage to push through and actually strike, and you scrape off his rather heavy protective armor, but you do hit him, so go ahead and roll some damage.
Yeah, and I want to push him back as I do it. 16 damage.
Alright, let me mark that.
And
16.
then tempered hand, I want to push him back 5 feet with the first hit.
Yep.
And then second attack, I will just do a regular shove attack as well.
Alright, shove to knock prone or shove to push away?
Shove to knock prone.
Okay, I guess he would technically be within reach of him. That's right.
Right, because of my reach. So that's just a regular
That's
attack
weird
roll,
how
right?
putting you
For...
put that like that.
Oh no, instead of an attack roll, I make a strength athletics.
Yes, strength athletics.
That's just a 20.
Just a 20.
Yeah.
He, as you go to shove him, like you go to bop it, like sweep his feet and try to knock him down. His legs hold true. He's a very strong and centered individual. Your Redeemer just clatters off of his leg, unable to sweep him prone.
Okay, so I will stand there looking menacing and then heal myself with a moment of courage.
Okay.
Real quick, the suggestion drops from him being hit, and Al
Okay.
kind of gives the side eye like, "Come on, he had good dance moves. I was what? Come on."
Sorry, I was angry.
He was enjoying it.
Very well.
Oh, sorry, and I also want to play some air die on him. I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Oh, sure.
From the
Boop.
hit. So I will be braiding.
Okay. So how much did you go for? 35?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a big old second wind. Or not second wind, but moment of courage. Alright.
If it were a second
As
one,
he
it would
kinda
be really big.
Yeah. So as you kind of shove him back, you can see, like, he has a weight to his step, so as you, and then you go to try to trip him, it's just, the Redeemer just bounces off of his well-planted, like, juggernaut-like legs. Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Karos. There is no room to go forward at this point.
I do
am
have
sorry.
feed the pack, so I get an extra attack on my next turn or
Okay,
whatever.
got it.
Oh.
It is sufficiently clogged because it's like I have 3 people kind of crammed, like almost in like a 2-person space, you know.
An elephant and a minotaur walk into a bar.
Karos is going to say, you know, when you say you want to talk, attacking the next moment doesn't send a great signal. So he'll take out his flail, but not. So it's ready at the side. He has his arm down at the side. And I guess I already kind of said that, so I'm just gonna hold my action, I guess. I'll creep up so I'm right behind, not to go past everyone, but just to basically be so that if the Minotaur steps up and attacks, that I could maybe get a reach attack in.
Yeah, because with the flail you'll be able to reach because it's materia.
And I'll let him. You know, I'm basically gonna. I have the flail down at my side, and I'm raise the other hand up too to show that I'm not holding like a crossbow or anything.
Yeah, understood.
Although the big guy might be blocking most of that, so.
You're still slightly elevated, so you're like kind of like on.
How high is the? I assume that this is basically like 2 people's shoulder lengths apart in width.
Yeah.
But how tall is the hallway or stairwell or whatever?
Your heads are fairly close. Like Mole has to kind of probably duck down a little bit while walking through. So
like an 8 foot or less.
7-ish, 7 and some change feet.
Gotcha.
So it's
and then
not
the
meant
last
for, you know.
Yeah, the last thing to just get roughly how far away. I know that this isn't to scale, but how far is the hallway to the tiefling in case?
You could definitely get there with one of your psionics. Roughly 50, 60 feet.
Okay.
Maybe let's say 40, 60 feet. We'll see, you know, depending on how he's been stepping as the conversations have been going.
Maybe I'll add in after I give a little side chastise to Davis. They'll just kind of shout out, be like, and just for reference, I can get to the end of that hall in like 2 seconds, if I have to.
Understood. I guess give me an intimidation check. It's not super intimidating, but it is still potential.
All right.
Okay. The tiefling will kind of grin. He's like, "I'll be ready for you." All right, Mole. Now that it's his turn, and you've heard his name, so I can let's take away his last name so you don't see that, and see first name. Should have a nameplate on him now.
Yep.
Cool. So Mole, being smacked, looks down at you, Al, who's trying to mess with his mind.
I've got my hands above my head. I'm staring at him.
Looks at Davis, and then he just kind of says, "It's kind of personal," and he gets his maul and goes to swing it, and then just puts it down.
Good move.
And then he goes to push Davis. Just trying to shove you.
If he's trying to step to me, I forget did I say if I followed when I pushed him or not?
You didn't. You didn't follow.
So he's.
well,
so is he out of my reach or is he in my reach? Basically, is he coming
No,
into
no,
my reach
so-
or is he already in my reach?
So you followed him on your first hit, which was your
Okay, then yeah. So I can't do an opportunity attack again.
yeah, and then you didn't yeah. Then you did like a normal push. Yeah. So he just kind of goes to shove you.
Strength or athletics?
Yeah, he rolled a natural 19. So
I don't know if I could be able to. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's a strong dude. Although, actually, wait a
Thirty-
minute. I got my bravura back, so.
Yeah, it's a 32. So
Holy shit. Well, you.
yeah, his expertise in athletics.
Okay, hold on. No, I am on average going to beat him,
Okay, nice.
depending on my merit die.
How do you merit die? Okay.
I rolled a 10 on my merit die. I rolled a total of 38 on athletics.
Damn. Okay.
I rolled a
So he goes
19. So.
Jeez.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So he also rolled a 19. That's kind of funny. Y'all both rolled 19s.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mole kind of goes for like a feigning, like false swipe with his maul, and then looks, as he's looking at Al, and then goes to like shove Davis. And
Yeah,
Davis,
just like
you kind of
Redeemer
get,
up, like, huh?
yeah, you're like, ugh, and your man hold your ground. He's like,
Not this time. Not this time. Before you had the jump on me, you got the charge, but.
yeah, and then he'll just say, do the talking. He's just kind of holding his, maul out, being a large, imposing, like, you are not passing me kind of figure.
Say Eno?
And then,
Did you say Eno?
Eno.
Yeah.
Eno.
Okay.
Eno.
Okay.
Let me expose his name.
Yeah, let's talk.
Alright, Davis, I do need you, because with his bonus action, he's going to do something. I need you to... I forgot what mechanic this is. So give me a second, because it's something special for this guy.
Gonna say somebody
it's-
mentally tell Dragnar that we're attempting to talk it out.
Gotta.
Just fly down the hall and karate kick this guy.
No, I was gonna Superman punch that fool.
Give me an insight check, Davis.
Sure.
I'll give you advantage because you managed to not get shoved
Okay.
with that, because that was kind of cool.
19 total.
19 total. Alright, so you got a insight 19. Okay. You get the sense that whatever Mole was trying to do with the shove and everything, whatever mind game or that, it didn't set in with you either.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright, Dragnar, 2 turns out.
I thought you said I was one turn last time.
I was one. I'm tracking it up, so 1 turn, 2
Gotcha.
turn, 3 turn. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was turn 1. Got it.
Yeah.
That guy over here or the
on-
one after that?
He'll be here after 3.
Okay.
So after 3, because he has 3 turns out. So Dragnar, you're starting to see. You see like the interior of the burnt water. See the reception desk. It's pretty simple. There's a seating area, and you guys kind of naturally kind of scan the place, and you see that where on the left-hand side there's the seating area. That some of the chairs are kind of pushed out, and just with whatever light is coming from the night sky, managing to kind of get through the storm clouds is not much. It might just be the lightning strikes that help you illuminate it. You see that the floorboards are open, and you start heading over in that direction. Eno, or Eno, technically. Sorry, I keep saying Eno. Eno will say, strange weather, strange folks. And we got one of your companions captured. What are we doing here? Right now. And he's still got these. You see him. He's got like stress balls, like 2 large stress balls in each hand. He's just kind of rotating them now. He pulled them out of his pocket.
I'll telepathically let Dragnar know that we're going to try talking.
Okay. And what else? Is the bond is really, really quick.
Like, no fighting. We're laying down fists. We're trying to talk it out. Come in slow. Don't scare them. And then I think my back's up against the wall at this point because the Minotaur was trying some shit. But yeah, arms above my head, looking at the tiefling. The weather's got us concerned too. But whatever's making it, we need to stop. I don't trust that the least bit. You have our turtle friend? Call him a distraction if you want to. We're trying to see what's going on the shelf. They're a little too suspicious if you ask me.
Persuasion check.
Okay.
make room for you.
The real GM has arrived.
I have been lucky. I'm going to lucky that.
Okay.
Give me a minute. How many did I have? Da-da-da-da.
21's pretty good, right?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. We had to reroll that last session. I have one lucky left. And most likely it'll be higher. He seems nicer than Zarya, so I'll burn it here. I've never used all 3 in one day.
Gotcha.
Come on. Nice.
It is
Higher.
better.
It is higher.
It is higher. I will tell you. For one of them, it mattered. For the other one, it didn't. So,
Okay.
You managed to convince me. You got both of them. So, Mole already being, you see the Minotaur who's like in a defensive, imposing stance. Like, you get the sense out that, you know, now that you've been within conflict for so many months on end, that he's kind of lowered his shoulders a little bit, his guard. He's still holding the maul with both hands. And you see him just for a moment look over his shoulder at Enno. And Enno, spinning the 4 orbs in 2 hands, goes to put his hands back in his pocket, just nonchalantly starts taking steps forward. Anything else?
Let's see. Accidentally threw a window over there. One sec. PC window, not a house window. That was chatting. Can I, like, inconspicuously take a dodge action? Just kind of try not to let. No.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just try not to be flat-footed.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just start swaying like what's that Brazilian dance fighting? Capoeira. You're just like just trying to be nonchalant.
Come on, hit me! I dare you.
But please don't.
But please don't. It looks like it would break me in half.
Ooh.
Please don't.
His weapon's bigger than I am.
It's about
Yeah.
the same size.
Shit. That'll be my turn.
Okay. So Enno, with his hands in his pocket, kind of taking some steps forward.
Question just before Enno talks. The telepathic bond always goes to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just
As far
making
as-
sure that
Yeah.
I was just making sure that if Rock woke up, because I can't remember if you said he woke up or you just described what he did in his pants. Just so that everybody heard it if he was awake.
Not awake.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
awake. He's still out. So Enno taking some steps forward. Saying, "You're pretty good with words. So, let's talk. Why was the turtle looking like a cultist?" Alright, go ahead and roll a 20d20 Rock, see if you wake up. We're gonna do like probably one more full round. If nothing causes an escalation, we can drop initiative. That's what we'll see. You still drooling there, Rock?
Oh, rolling. Yeah.
Let's see.
Rolly fingers.
I rolled a 7 again. One more 7 in a row. Do I get a prize?
It's like get out of jail.
You know what? If you
Jackpot.
get 3 sevens, you'll also wake up. Now, I'll give you that. So now,
Shit, just
Straight to
double your
jail.
percentage. Hell yeah.
yeah, on your next turn, you have a 10% chance to wake up for being unconscious.
You'll wake
Woohoo!
up, but you'll also start spitting coins out of your mouth.
Going tick, 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 tick.
Who caused this wild magic surge? What's happening? Yeah. Alright. Sej, you recognize the symbol on Mole's shoulder and inside the collar on both sides of Enno's jacket.
You're muted,
the-
Sedge.
Oh yeah, so
It's okay, I still haven't decided what I want to do. I usually have spells to help with this talking thing. Fuck.
yeah. That actually, for the point that you notice symbols, go ahead and roll a history check, real quick,
Sure.
Sesh. See
Another
what you
dice.
know
Let's
about
go.
the. Yeah. See what you know about the candelators.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah, guess what, guys?
Which one?
It's a nat 1.
That one. For a total of
5.
5.
Connoisseurs of various scents.
Damn, you just know the symbol. That's
I'm not from here.
They worship the deity
Yeah.
Yankee.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like that's the only thing that you recognize is that symbol, and it's just that simple white candle with a singular burning flame. That's it. All right, go ahead. You may act as you see according.
Okay. Let's talk. What's the best way for you to assure you that we aren't cultists?
And I will just speak up. Start speaking the truth. We'll do the rest.
How about this? And I'll bonus action healing word mull.
Okay.
Disintegrate.
And bonus action, I heal him via what is it? I underflow his HP and he just
Yeah, that's right.
disappears.
This can't be
That wasn't
happening.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
He gets. Sometimes I like healing word and I forget to roll the dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
+7. All right. Healed him for almost half of the damage he took.
I did
What else
most of
do
that
you
damage
need?
for gold coins.
Let's just calm our tensions just a little bit and I just want to assure you we aren't who you. We might have common foes here.
All right. Very well, Sish. Holding your ground or moving forward, backwards?
I'm trying to stay out of the way in the hallway, kind of holding my ground.
All right, so you
might as
actually step. Yeah, I got you. So now there's room. So Kara Sej makes room for you to move forward if you need it.
well. That also works
Blaze
because
forward
I would
with
like
all
to.
the.
I would like to round around him anyway.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
No.
good. All right. All right, Davis.
So is there just like a logjam in front of me now with these three guys?
Sej kind of moved out of the way. He stepped down out of the stairway,
Okay.
and now he's like actually made room. So there's full room for you to move forward and act accordingly as you wish.
So I will just let Redeemer fall at the stairs and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Good decision, buddy," and then just like try and kind of walk around him, see if he does anything.
Oh my god, you're so brave.
He'll
Actually,
put his arm out.
I'll pat him on the shoulder as I walk by too, just for a little.
Yeah. As you kind of go to pat him, he'll put his arm out trying to keep you from getting closer to Eno. So he's going to try to just like, not like knock you down,
Right,
but just kind of
restrain
hold you.
almost.
Yeah. So he'll do a strength athletics. You can choose to try to contest it, or you can try to just let him,
I'll let him.
basically
it's fine.
stop. Yeah.
But we're just talking, right?
Yeah.
We just wanted to see our friend. Make sure he's okay.
You can talk from a distance.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I assume not to you, right? I'm talking to this guy. Yeah, where is he? We just want to make sure he's okay. Then we can discuss whatever you guys want. It's all good.
Okay. At the start of Kara's turn, Mo will say, he's unconscious in one of the rooms down here. Alright. Karos, your turn.
All right, seeing how this is kind of played out, he'll put the flail back on the whatever the hell I put it on.
The holster.
Yeah, it's
Holster sheath.
Yeah.
In through every individual belt loop. And I'll step up, kind of so that I can both see both of them and talk to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
For the
gonna-
sake of it, I'll make it a little bit easier. I'll say that Mole took a step back, so there's more room. There you go.
Okay.
And then, there you go.
And I'll say, I'm gonna guess that the big deciding factor on the whole assuming cultist thing was our friend's somewhat ill-advised plan to try to find cultists by pretending to be really interested in serving whatever dragon cloud, or I'll say the name,
Yeah.
even though Kyle can't remember the name.
Aristotle?
Estratar. Yeah.
Respitar.
Okay.
Let's see. What did I just say? I'm just trying to figure out 6 seconds worth of not using your actions to get words
I
out
understand.
without making it ridiculous.
That's fairly good so far.
Oh.
You could probably say like another sentence or so.
All right, I'll cut it shorter to be like, I'm guessing the first clue was our weird friend screaming about serving a dragon.
Yeah.
We don't know
Very
how
well.
much you know, but we've been to the heart of the mountain.
Interesting.
Interesting. Moving anywhere? Or you're just holding your ground with your flail, kind of getting, we'll say it holstered for now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll slap it in and we've been to the can I use my reaction to like suddenly just be like, oh, and like turn around and say a dwarf will probably be coming down the steps in like
That's
a
fine.
couple seconds.
That's fine. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Mole, Karas, as you say this, Mole, the Mole kind of grin. Stupid plans. Familiar with them. Are they good, Eno? His demeanor just completely shifted. He went from like, a bull that will run you over to now just a pleasant little chuckling little plains cow. He's happy. He's just laughing at your story. And he will still facing y'all, take some steps back and get in line with Eno. Or Eno. Alright, Dragnar,
Take an attack of opportunity.
go for it. Ruin this
No,
whole
I'm kidding.
situation.
And I drop
kidding.
my bead of fireball.
Down his throat, I flick it.
When he laughs at my story, I just throw it into his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my
right.
Joker moment.
We all had beads of fireballs, right?
Yeah, everyone. Alright, so Dragnar, you will be there the next initiative, or if I drop it, then you'll show up.
Okay.
Alright.
Be like,
Ow.
I'm ready to kick some ass.
I like this by turn discussions. You see that the tiefling and the minotaur are standing next to each other. The minotaur laughing at the story, hearing about the plans failing, ill-advised. Demeanor completely shifted from "I am going to gore you" to just pleasant.
Okay. Al's finally gonna drop his arms from above his head. He's gonna go into a shrug and be like, "Yeah, we were kind of desperate with the sky being like it is to figure out a plan quickly, and I guess that was the first thing that came to mind was him being bait. But yeah, heart of the mountain. I found some knickknacks. Thought they belonged to. They seemed related. So yeah, he got dressed up and started dancing. We're
Very
trying
well.
to get inside the shelf.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep them both in line of sight.
Alright. So with that, Eno kind of, well, what you'll see is Mole will take his large maul, just kind of place it head down, turn it, and then he just kind of sits down on the mole just a little bit, looking over y'all, and then Enno will start talking. Don't know this part of the mountain, but we've had our eye on Carver for a long time. Something ain't right here. Hasn't been right. If you're not the problem, maybe you can be part of the solution.
See? Part of the same side.
Are we still on, like, turn order, or can I respond to that?
You
'Cause that's
can.
fun.
You can. I'm
The
gonna lower
solution depends on who it suits, right?
It suits the greater good. People here are oppressed.
Good.
Yeah.
What's good for some may not be good for all, but I have a feeling that we have similar goals.
I think we can agree a cloud that looks like a dragon roaring is not good.
No shit.
But why are we the only ones that can see it?
I think we're just the only ones that care about it.
Or
Mole
read.
Everybody
kinda-
we've,
yeah.
everybody
Go ahead.
everybody that's asked, everybody we've told, just shrugged it off. It's not that they couldn't see it.
Mole will kind of like slap his knee as he's sitting there. Yeah, it's ignorance bliss kind of thing, right? And you see
Easiest
clouds.
explanation. Yeah.
Yeah, you see clouds. It looks like a dog. You see clouds. It looks like a tree. You see clouds. It looks like your grandma baking you cookies. Same thing.
Well,
Cloud.
It's a nice cloud. Makes me really happy, actually.
thankfully, you two do strike me as perceptive folk because I point towards like the back of where we entered.
Mhm.
That's not normal, and it's painfully obvious. There's something going on, and we're trying. That was our well. I'll point at Rock. That was his attempt, plainly to figure out what is the root cause of that problem, and
You point
as
somewhere
ill-advised
behind
as it
him.
might be,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
trying.
At Dregnar, you arrive to not quite a standoff, but your four friends having a discussion with the purple-skinned, single wrapping horn tiefling and a imposing dark-bird minotaur.
I want to get there. Where's Rock? Is he alive? Who am I killing?
Nobody. Just.
I'm
Do you
gonna
want to
point-
try?
I'm gonna point at Rock and then drop my concentration on on finding
Yeah.
him.
So what's interesting is you don't see. It says you've had the concentration. You just know that he's in one of the little, call it like a cellar that you're in. There's one of the cellar rooms. You just kind of point, drop it.
Oh,
He's not within sight.
if he's invisible for all of us, then I would at least before dropping it be like, he's definitely right over there.
I immediately would
I
start
can-
walking in that direction.
Exactly. I'm doing the same thing. Immediately walking that way.
I won't break gaze with Enno and Mo. I'll just walk over to them instead, trying not to distract them, but make sure with my hands out and stuff.
Is there a door or any lock?
Carlos
or
is
anything?
gonna say hey, if you guys wake him up, can you have him not cast any spells or something?
Yeah. We'll get him. It's fine. He'll behave.
And Enno will be sorry about the condition he'll be in.
Wait, what does that mean? Is there a door in the way? Or no?
Yeah, it's a simple.
Okay, but it's not locked.
It's not even a door. It's just hanging beads
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
So you
Yeah,
just kind of
so we'll
swipe
walk
in.
through. So we see him?
Yes, he is no longer in the barrel. They took him out, but he is just.
He's still tiny.
No, that
Ah,
didn't
dang
last
it.
that long. I wish it did, but no. So
Just actually reflexively, I don't know if he needs health or not, but I will go ahead and moment of courage him for one hit die,
That
or one merit
works.
die.
Is he obviously hurt?
Oh, he's unconscious.
Well, I mean,
He's-
is there blood?
He's pummeled. Yeah. There's the signs of him taking a pummeling.
Okay.
So you heal at least
I'm
3 hit points, and you can use one of your hit die if you like. Rock.
So, but Dregnar, well, actually, I won't give that to you, Dregnar, because I know your character response.
So
right.
I'm going to obviously assume it's the Minotaur. I'm going to walk up to the Minotaur and say, "Hey, why don't you do that to me? Pick on somebody my size."
He kind of turns because he's sitting down, so he's still a little bit taller than he was
Oh,
sitting
I
down.
know.
Yeah. He's like, he was the threat. You would do the same. We can go if you want.
No. We were gonna talk, right?
Right
Then
now, his Rock's performance unfortunately convinced these guys that he was actually a cultist of.
I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of a success, right? We wouldn't have found these guys if not for Rock.
He failed successfully.
Yeah.
Funnily
He does
enough,
it all
he
the time,
did
you guys.
fail
I
to
don't think you guys
convince-
realize this. Like, it's kind of
I'll
crazy.
I'll turn to Enoch and then be like, the original plan was he was gonna get arrested to get inside of the. God, why can I not remember the name of anything? The shelf, the
Yeah.
shelf, the furniture. He was trying to get in the furniture.
So,
Maces.
and I will.
without breaking eye contact with the Minotaur, I'm like, Davis, is he all right?
Who, Rock? Yeah, he's coming to right now. You okay,
I'm
bud?
like, you're lucky. Walk off.
Hey, ow, oh, everything hurts.
Yeah, you
I
look...
got hit by a truck.
Yeah, me too,
I
dude.
mean, you kind
What's
of
the truck?
did. Yeah, what's a truck?
Also,
Buy a caravan. There you go.
dude, does my telepathic thing still work, or do I lose that?
No, you don't have to maintain concentration on it. You get the sense that it's waning. It's getting towards the end of the hour.
I'm gonna, without thinking, because I'm in pain and just looking up, I'm gonna to Al through the telepathic bond. Although you're all gonna hear, like, hey, Al, I think I soiled myself. Can you do the thing?
We all hear this, you know.
Yeah,
I realize. I mean, right now, Rock.
I reflexively just
Okay,
back
I
up
realize
a foot.
I'm on my way.
Thanks, buddy. Don't
Out
tell
loud.
anyone.
I'm gonna heal up my friend real quick. He doesn't look as great as I was hoping. Excuse me. And
Rock has just made a great like point. You know, everybody in these D&D threads is like, if you could have a cantrip in real life, what would you pick? Prestidigitation. But if it was gonna be to clean up everybody's poopy pants, I don't know if I'd want it anymore.
But I do think we have a name for this episode. I think I spoiled
I think I saw it.
I'm actually on my way over. I want to pick up the flute.
Yeah,
Use
that's
that.
fine. You're good.
What the that emblem on the side? Did you ask Sedge just because his passive perception was high enough, or because you
Because
thought
he
he
was
might
trying to-
recognize it?
He was trying to diplomat it, so I was going to give him.
Oh,
He
okay,
was close
okay.
enough where he could see it and everything. So if it's something that you would pay attention to, like if you wanted to scan these guys over, you can. I'm sure it's
Sure.
something you'll notice. All right, so go ahead, give me a. Let's make sure you have a perception check.
A perception.
Yeah,
All right.
because you're not like in their face looking them over. You're still.
Sure.
Yeah. You certainly see the patches, the symbols. You recognize it at least since you are from Rune. You definitely know the network of the candle lighters, but let's see what you actually know about them, and I can give you information. So go ahead and roll a history check. Your check is going to be quite a bit lower than Sej's because you're actually from here.
Let me. Okay, I was just double checking my. Let's do this. But oh yeah, never mind. So yeah.
So 22.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I need to do whispers on this one because it's just an organization. 22 is very good.
I'd probably just like convey it if there was anything that or bring it up in the next conversations.
Yeah, I would kind of imagine saying like you would notice it and you say candlelighters, huh? So I'll just kind of give you.
I would have naturally brought it up in conversation eventually, anyways, so it could come out with conversation too.
Understood. So Karos, the Candlelighters, you can discern the information that you wish to give. Those of you that are Rune, you probably likely have heard of them, but maybe it's different degrees of what you know about them, and I'll let you decide that based on what Karos says. So the description of the organization is pretty simple. Members of this clandestine network of spellcasters and spies pride themselves on being incorruptible defenders of the greater good and champions of the opposed. The organization is benevolent, knowledgeable, and secretive. The Candlelighters represent a scattered network of spellcasters and spies, as well as trusted allies who advocate equality and covertly oppose the abuse of power. Their goal is fairly simple. Candlelighters seek to gather information throughout Rune and around Materia. They take action to thwart tyrants and leaders, governors, and organizations that grow too powerful and aid the weak, poor, and the oppressed. The relationship throughout the continent, they have a very poor and the poor, the poor and the oppressed seek Candlelighters, often writing letters to their organization, hoping that a carrier knows how to get in contact with them. They were, and when word of their activity spreads in a localized area, the they per the I really wrote this poorly. The localized area. Oh, well, when word of their actions spread in a localized area of poverty, the spirits of the people often rise. Members are rarely exposed or rarely take credit for anything that they do, but if it occurs, they manage to get sanctuary from the people they are fighting for if needed. So they're overall a very well received, positive organization.
Carlos will kind of be like, well, at least that explains why when we were running around town, we didn't run into any of you. And he'll kind of, he'll point to the shoulder just for anybody who's hasn't seen it yet. We're talking to the Candlelighters folks, so, an unfortunate mix-up to be certain. But come on, Kyle's inner thesaurus. A clandestine meeting, hopefully.
And I will smile. Hopefully. Because, you guys look like, well, look like you guys could have put up a good fight.
Oh yeah, no, we would
It's
have.
not really what we're here.
We didn't want to, but we could have.
Oh,
We've been through some scraps.
I'm sure.
This is where the bard gets cute. Hey, tell them who the Crass Menagerie is.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of the
I
Crass
will.
Menagerie?
Right before you do that, he'll say, "You bring up the heart of the mountain. Not sure what that is. Don't think we should care. We're more concerned with, well, Carver over the decades and centuries."
Yeah, that's probably smart.
It makes sense. If what Karos is saying is true, you're more of a statecraft type of group. Am I wrong?
That's fair. Listen, we just don't want what happened 1,000 years ago to happen again. It feels like, while on a smaller scale here, well, you've walked through the city. You've seen
It's
how disheveled it is.
it's a depressing squalor, to be frank.
Well put.
Yeah, what did
So,
you said? You've had your eye on it? Like, what
the
about?
Candlelighters have for a long time.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I see that thing, but I don't. I'm not super familiar with. So what have you had your eye on?
Well, the history of this place doesn't line up, and Mole will interject. Yeah, family matter. He kind of stands up, big, proud.
Wait,
Mole Solomon of the shelf.
looking at my
And there's like
notes.
there's a sense of depression when he says of the shelf.
I'll
Now
hold
I
my
hate-
hand out towards him. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was gonna say now I hate him more.
Exiled of the shelf. As he kind of picks up on your grudge and puts out his hand. I don't remember if Rock shared the family members, so I don't know if who knows who, but yeah.
I
You know,
wanna say
we'll
I
so-
think we've all heard them at one point.
Yeah, okay. So just even if it's not, I'll just kind of give you info just because it'll kind of help me. Maybe some things make sense. So the name that you heard from the Solomon is Tyga Solomon. And it was the female head of the Solomon clan. But he introduces himself as Mole Solomon.
What were you exiled for?
Let's say I didn't agree with a lot of the family's complacency, and I definitely don't like LaRon and his boys.
Yeah, that guy's weird.
That
But
guy's a
he's-
problem.
Is
Yeah,
His
LeRon
entire-
the caster we met?
He's the guy I was carrying away that you told me to not carry away.
Yeah, he's an ass.
But then why did you have me?
Because we don't kidnap people.
I mean, you're probably right. Yeah, no.
We,
So
we gotta wait till we know that they did something dickish. We just thought he was a dick. We didn't have
he
dick
really
proof.
did seem like a dick.
Yeah, but even if he's a dick, we don't kidnap them. You know.
Whoa! No,
he has to have committed a crime. Being a dick is not a crime because if that were the case, well, half of us would be arrested right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Mole kind of. Mole. Go ahead.
I don't expect to agree too much with statecraft from Dregnar, but I completely and 100% agree. We, in townships and stuff where we're trying to not destabilize the country, we don't just abduct figureheads. We have to do this diplomatically. I know the diplomat is saying we should handle it diplomatically, but
Whatever says, because I didn't understand half those words.
Well, and Mole will kind of reach, and in his waist and pull out the scale swarm blade. Well, your friend had this, and he kind of throws it, and for the sake of dramatic, it sticks into the ground. Yeah, it's not paved down here, so it's like soil, kind of sticks in there. I don't
Carlos
know
is-
who.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He's
I
like,
was gonna say. God dang it.
yeah, I'll let you go.
All right.
You go first.
You
go first.
specifically finish what you're saying, and then I will
Okay, perfect.
I will say.
Perfect. He's like, I don't
Oh,
know
anyway.
that blade specifically, but that right there, that's a LaRon blade. So it was kind of, well,
Oh,
it's
Laurent.
maybe why I was a little rough on your friend, because I figured he actually was on the inn.
So
I
his
was
plan was working.
gonna say you had a pretty. I mean, what tipped us off, or at least me, making the cult comment at the beginning of the encounter. Have you been do you actually know of any cults in the city? Like, their followers you've captured before or dealt with? Or is it just because he was ranting in the middle of the night with a crazy dragon thing in the sky?
Honestly, no idea of a cult. The cloud, the storm. We were honestly just keeping eye on the shelf to see if we could spot anything. And then your friend made the scene. And we reacted how we thought was according.
Can I ask, was it one of your people that shot the bow that shot the bolt that got the guards rushing towards him?
Mm, I believe
Oh.
it was someone we're working with. Yeah.
All right.
How
Well,
many of
at
you are
least
there
then
in this
there's
town?
Candlelighters? 2.
Like the two of you?
Exactly.
Oh, but it's somebody you're working with, not you.
Yeah.
We have help.
Anybody else get an echo?
Yeah, it's through Kyle's stuff.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've got a crappy head. When we take a break, I'm gonna hold my breath and run downstairs and pull out my wireless headset and see if I
Using
can
your
get it to
windswept
work.
adornments?
Yes.
Yeah. They're actually real. They're real. Damn it.
Carlos kind of wants to say, well, at least then that doesn't mean there's another group we have to chase after. If at least, at least if it's connected. We,
No. That's true. It's very true. It's funny how it all connects so evenly, though. Now that
And
we're in the spirit of sharing information, right?
Well, Carlos will say one thing. I gotta ask you one more question. Out of, alignments. I think I know the answer, but at least I hope I know the answer. How do you feel about the kobolds in this town?
We interact with them very rarely. They are, but I guess, a native clan or tribes to the mountain and the woods.
Under my
They give
breath,
us
I
no
say,
trouble.
potent
We give them.
allies.
If they're, as you said, under your breath.
Yeah, but kind of out loud.
Yeah, I get it. No, he rolled a natural 20. So yeah, he's like, well, there's something to be said about allies. Well, in great number. So good allies to have.
They've proven themselves not just good of nature, but they put themselves in harm's way to help when they didn't need to.
Yeah, they're very loyal, dedicated, resourceful, you name it, they're great.
I would, if you get the chance, it's worth being pleasant to them and trying to get to know them.
We'll keep that in mind. We can always use good friends. So, cult. Going back to the cult thing. We weren't expecting a cult. But, I mean, if someone looks like a cult and acts like a cult member, usually means there's a cult. Mole said that dagger, that style of blade, before he remembers it when he was very young. All the Laron had one. Always gave him the weird feeling.
I'd just like to say I don't always think my plans through. I don't really not. Ow.
Yeah,
That's
Mole will
all.
say. Yeah, Mole will speak up. Neither do we. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey, has anyone seen? How much do they strip me? Am I like naked, or just my stuff?
Covered and to be, not exposed, but yeah, your stuff is just not there.
Do you guys have all my things, book, my everything?
Yeah, normally he has like that thing that floats around. There's all sorts of stuff that he's got. Can he have his stuff back? We mean no harm.
Yeah, Eno kind of, you see he's got a pouch kind of now that you've had a chance to talk with him. Shoulder strap over, kind of picks it, opens it, starts reaching in and starts pulling out his stuff and just dropping it. Sorry.
with a actual concern tone. Rock, are you all right?
I've been better, been worse. I threw some coins at them, and then I don't really remember what happened.
You catapulted them.
Yeah, I think had me. I couldn't talk or move much. I just wanted to slow him down.
And I kind of give a side-eye glare to the Minotaur, like, I'm going to kick your ass.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Sorry, new friends. for confusing you guys. Maybe
No,
next time
we were
we
just
could
gonna.
try talking.
There was going to be talking when you came to. So your life was actually never in danger unless you said the absolute wrong things.
See, Dragnar, they kidnap people.
You don't know me very well. There's a good chance I may have said the absolute wrong thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they
that tells
captured
me everything
somebody.
I need to know about them. That they kidnap people.
They kidnapped somebody screaming that they were a cultist and that their god,
That guy
their
was so
lord was a
weird.
giant dragon in the sky. It'd be one thing if they were just a dude ranting on the side corner on a sunny day, but I
Like,
think you could.
honestly, I thought that other guy was acting weirder than Rock. Like how, like, nonchalant and just, oh, it's no big deal, blah 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 blah. I'm a big fancy man, whatever.
Yeah, that fancy pants hoity-toity guy. He tried to cast a spell on me. I think he did the whole like I've seen it before with trying to like charm me to like be his friend.
Was that before
I'm
or after
lucky.
you chucked him
Didn't-
across the yard?
That was when I tried to be his friend in the yard. And then I had to get out real quick.
What
Yeah,
have I told you about trying to make friends with everybody?
Oh, by the way, if he has a bag, don't give it back to him. I'm just kidding. Give him his stuff back.
No, if I had, don't put your hand in the bag. It's not a
Yeah,
bag.
definitely don't
Yeah, I
put
was
your
gonna
hand in the
say,
bag.
what if he put Rock's bag in his bag? Wouldn't that have been too interdimensional?
That one, he actually says, "Oh, we saw your bag of holding.
It's
I'll
not
go
what
get
you
that."
think.
Okay, don't put your hand in. It's not bag holding. It'll eat you.
No. It's definitely holding. Go ahead and put your
It's
hand.
my
in.
friend. It's my
He's
friend.
lying.
It's a complicated, weird thing.
That I'm
Just
not
don't put your
lying,
hand
David.
in it.
It holds stuff. Holding.
You realize that if we need to get anything out of it, we would just turn it inside out, right?
But you can do that?
I mean,
Like,
on the
probably not
normal
with that
ones.
I don't
Not
know.
a
Just be
normal bag of
careful.
holding.
Right.
Very well.
Just imagine if it
No,
starts
this-
vomiting all over the place.
This is a specific one. You have to reach in there to get the items out.
Great. Well, we're operating under common interests, so we will not go through your things. Though I want to know the story of how you got that mantle and that blade,
Was he talking to me?
because anyone, not you, the
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
blade.
Yeah, you said mantle, and I was thinking Crusader's mantle. You
The
meant
dragony
the.
blade.
Yeah, we fought a dragon
Right?
and killed a dragon.
He's
And
talking about the occultist outfit.
Got it. Sorry.
Rock, hold on. I'm gonna like frantically like hold my mouth, like stop talking, wait.
I mean, there was no dragon. Only in the clouds.
Now that we're in the spirits to share information,
We are.
I
Yeah. I mean,
want to know a little bit more about you guys, and then we'll tell you exactly where we found these.
sounds fair.
And I'll like, meanwhile, talking with my hands, walk towards Rock, and I'm gonna 3rd level Cure Wounds on you. Make that health bar go up a little bit.
Adam, can you do me a favor? The visual here of the tiefling.
Yeah.
He's just blue with one single horn. Is there anything else about them that just kind of sticks out other than like the emblem or anything?
Okay, so he's blue. He's meant to be more purple, but this is the best representation I can get. He's a pale purple, whited eyes, and yes, he's got the singular horn that wraps around. Smaller in stature. He's especially compared to Bull. The uniform, the getup that he has on is intentionally meant to be easily overlooked. It's just a dark, high collar, like trench coat and his undergarment also has a hood that he can put over it. The only tell that he is of the candlelighters are inside the collar of the trench coat. There's the 2 little candles. You would not have seen it, but to reiterate to the group, he did start pulling out 4 large, like stress ball looking like orbs too that he had in each hand that he was rotating, getting ready to use potentially or do something with, but then he stuck those back in his pocket when he's talking with you. He has like, simple leather corded necklace, no real jewelry that you've seen outside of that. He's not a buff individual. He's a kind of just small, um, good with his words, seems to be very attentive and possibly analytical. Mole, on the other hand, um, cladded in armors, though you can see that pieces of it are removed to keep the noise down, and that's substituted with padded portions of protective armor. Uh, the visual on him is he definitely does not look like a young Minotaur. He looks like he's a little bit older, though the age doesn't seem to have really slowed him down. Very dark fur, but you see the grays coming through basically throughout. You had missed this, but the group had seen it very quickly, going from imposing figure to laughing and having a good time. Large, not overly large rack of horns, but he's got 2 sets of horns, very simply adorned. Basically, like maybe like 1 silver ring on his left horn, and you can see that the horns have seen some use. There's chips and damage through them, though they are still fully intact and they do have their points. He wields a massive maul that is made of a combination of crystalline structures and stone, or the head is at least. And as you still speak with him, he is still glowing very slightly with like silver glitter. And now that you're actually seeing him stand there, it does do like little candle flames, just kind of trickling, like cascading through over his body as some sort of like effect.
So can I make the assumption that the tiefling is some kind of caster because I see no visual weapons?
Yes. So yeah, it's very, very obviously tiefling is just looking at him. Either he fights barehanded or he uses magic.
Got it. So either a monk or a caster.
Yeah, of some sort.
Got it. And I'm gonna look at Al, look at him, look at Al, look at him, because I've only a tiefling I've ever seen is Al.
Yeah.
There's more than one of you kind. Okay.
The traits they show differently between our kind.
Yeah, as you can tell, horns, color, I'm sure.
Now the important question: who's sexier, Al or the,
When Al
roll
grins,
for
there's a little
sex.
twinkle in his teeth.
Well, you see, Enoch is more physically attractive, but Al, you're emotionally attracted to, so it kind of balances out a little bit.
No, because Al's got a 20 charisma, if I'm not mistaken, right? 'Cause he dead sexy.
Oh,
I mean, if we're doing that old way of looking at it, this guy also has a 20 charisma. So,
Well, son of a bitch.
and even Mole has a 20 charisma. What's happening here?
He's a
Well,
They're
wolf.
all
what
very
hell?
charismatic individuals. They're all
Time for a
candlelighters.
walk off.
I've
Zoolander
gotta-
style. Let's go.
I feel like
No.
I've got the perfect gift if I can find it.
Go for it. I would say they're similar. They're not necessarily all 20, but these two definitely do strike you as charismatic. They are definitely while you understand based on what Carver said with the organization, they don't necessarily that is a perfect gift. They might not be in the front taking credit, but they definitely are skilled in persuasion, like conversation, dealing with people, and dealing with people that are usually down on their luck, so that they are very empathetic, sympathetic, socially practiced.
Carlos will stay over the bond just because he sees Dregnar giving him the stink eye a bunch. He'll say, I don't know these two, but I do know the candlelighters. And generally, if somebody's in that group, they generally don't get away with doing the wrong thing or shitty things and stay in that group. You'd be hard pressed to find a town that's had a change of elected officials, where the small folk don't appreciate them. But we don't know these people, so 50-50.
I understand that, but when you hurt one of my family, doesn't mean I won't rip your fucking udders off.
I mean, I can respect that stance.
In
Like
the
I
in
said,
the in the link.
oh, okay, got it.
Carlos will like hold on for a second. He's like, I know.
Davis looks like
And I get
visually surprised a little bit, just for seemingly no reason.
Carlos will kind of like hold still, be like, but you got to admit, if we walked up upon a group that was basically this group and we didn't know them, we'd think they were assholes too.
Would you abduct a
that's-
cultist?
No. We don't kidnap people unless they do something wrong.
I mean, I thought he did something wrong, but it's all right.
He was talking crazy. Rock always talks crazy. If he got kidnapped every time he talked crazy, we'd never see him.
I mean, I kind of see us as having kidnapped Rock permanently.
Oh, no, hold on. I'm more of a we're a hostage to him.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I also see it that way too.
Love you, Rock.
My head hurts.
Yeah, I'm tired as shit, but
We're sitting here having a 5-minute conversation in our heads. We're probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, the thing
Looking at
is,
each
like,
other.
you can have very quick conversations. So, there's like a brief silence, and going back, I would like to know how you got a Laron blade. Because that means either one of them is dead or one of them is missing.
No, it's more than one.
Carlos is going to ask Davis if he knows. Have I seen you do minor illusion before?
me? Hell no.
I'm sorry, Al, not Davis.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll ask Al. Al, with your like he'll like make magicy fingers towards you. You think you could like drum up a small replica of what we got that from?
I was gonna put one hand to his chin, kind of think it over. He's gonna say out loud. Found some when we were visiting Heart of the Mountain. Found some ugly thing, kind of like and they make like a little 8-inch tall in his hand. Actually, yeah, let's go in the hand.
Like action
Some
figure.
ugly,
It's like.
a little thing like this. There was a few of these guys, and I don't know, they were wearing capes, and they were chanting weird stuff. They seemed pretty cultist, like they were our prime, like culprit. We were thinking.
They're speaking that weird, like, hissy language.
Hmm.
Making slices into some of their brethren and throwing them into a
Pool.
deep pool filled with blood.
Yeah, it was water the first time we visited, then it was just dense blood. Second time we came by.
Question: the guys that they were throwing in
Greed rot.
Greed rot, yeah.
greed rot ones. Okay, yeah.
DM to players, they were taking greed rot and forcefully transforming them into mindless brutes, basically.
Yep. Into lizard men, scaly dragon type brutes.
Yeah, Draconoids. You're telling me something like that is in Carver?
Not anymore. Well,
Well,
that we
they
know
were
of.
in the mountain.
I'll turn to Rock and be like, Rock, you found that off the giant brute's corpse inside of the heart of the mountain, right?
We haven't seen any in Carver, but yeah. They
No,
were
on the
in the mountain.
brutes. I think it was one of the scrawny ones.
Right.
Okay, so you know more than us
Yeah, maybe.
because we were not actually here to this is kind of Anna talking, and then Mole will interrupt. So, you're saying what I saw as a child, I saw for real.
If it's
Oh
that,
shit.
then yeah.
I reach out to the
Wow.
little lizard guy and he's pointing to himself like, me?
It's adorable.
That's cute. That's cute. You'll
Little
hear
me.
by the 11. I knew I saw it. No one believed me.
Like, where did you see it?
Um,
Or
I don't
think
remember
you saw it?
where. I mean, I was
How old are you? I
a
don't know how
kid
old. How old are you?
going on some 70 or so.
Oh wow, damn. Well done, dude. Um,
Thank you. This was a long time
wow,
ago.
that is
This
a while ago.
was, well, not so long when you consider the Rons are elven and they live
Yeah,
Everybody
forever it
waves at
seems.
forever.
Anita.
But no, I don't remember the details because I was very young, but I was a kid and I saw something like that and no one ever believed me. And I never fully let it go. And as I grew in age and became aware of the status on the shelf and just how cruel they were to everyone else in Carver and how it just felt wrong and how the family of the Roque seemingly pulled all the strings. It just, I was always wondering why they had a serpent's feel to them. I could never explain it, but they always seemed cold. They always seemed cruel. They always seemed manipulative. All of them. Maxim and his kids. Maxim and his family. Maxim and all of them. Anyways, that thing is real. I
Yeah.
didn't make that up as a kid.
Not just that one. There was a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot less now, but can't say for certain that they're all gone.
And you and I will do it. Y'all had something to do with getting their numbers reduced.
Oh yeah.
And this was this part of the mountain thing we're talking about.
Not in the heart of the mountain, but
Carlos will say, sorry, I just, when I'm really deep in a mountain, I kind of think of it as being like the middle of it. So
it was during our
think of it as
travels.
deep in the mountain
Yeah.
to where
Do we
shit
need
gets
to
real.
be concerned and do we need to ask for help and go into this mountain?
I mean, it was quite a travel to get that far down.
I was gonna say there's
Is the bond still going real quick before?
Uh, You know what? I'll say after the illusion came up, Rock, you feel that the bond has faded,
Okay, never
and all
mind
of you kind of feel that.
I broke it.
then. Never mind then.
No,
Carlos will say that it's a huge mountain, so we by no means explored all of it, but I don't know, I'll look around as like we
Let's-
didn't think that there was anything left in there to really be concerned with aside from just, you know, before I say this, Adam,
Mhm.
do people in general know about the greed rot, or is that just something we specifically picked up from the mimics?
mimics and
The
Eben
kobolds.
Quill's ledgers.
Oh, and then yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. But that's where it's like, he's not trying to reveal anything. He's trying to reveal enough to be like, look, this place is fucking dangerous, but it's like mindlessly dangerous, not like calculatingly dangerous.
Understood.
So
Well, I have a just. We'll say that you were able to speak that. I understand.
yeah, he's just trying to say like, there's stuff in there that you'd expect to be deep in the deep dark.
Yeah, there was some nasty stuff in there. We took care of most of it, but big mountain. Maybe there's a lot more stuff going on. We've only seen some of it, so.
Yeah, with what we destroyed, like, they were doing stuff, but no one that we really ran across seemed, none of those, draconoid looking folks seemed like they were the head honcho. And now stuff is happening outside of the mountain, which had us thinking, we came back to Carver thinking, hey, everything's good. We went to bed and noticed that as we were on watch.
Hey, what
It
do you?
seemed to be.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, we were trying to get into the shelf because, we saw lightning strikes flashing up in there, but seemingly no damage or fires started. No alerts, were sounded. Fire patrols brigades weren't being called. So on top of it being this giant, fucking weird cloud, it seemed very focused on the shelf, and in a malevolent but apparently not destructive way.
So hey, what is your guys? I mean, you said you've had your eye on Carver. You clearly don't trust the Laron guy, and certainly even less now. Like, so what are you trying to do here? You trying to get rid of these guys? You trying to expose them and then let Carver do what they will, or like, what's your goal here?
Goal
Like, how do you
is
operate? I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Like, direct confrontation, or are you gonna be? I mean,
we
using.
very rarely do direct, especially if it can involve getting those that are not involved injured. Uh,
If you do need someone for direct confrontation, however, and then I just kind of point around to every one of us and then back at me and just like. But if it comes to that, anyway, proceed.
if you're telling me that we have some of these scaly things, and that might in turn explain why there is such poverty and why there is such a decrepit state in this once gem of a city.
I see what you did there.
Listen, we were here to try to prove that the leaders of the shelf, and with Mole over here being fairly certain it was the Larons, we were just trying to expose them as, oppressive. And
So you think the rest of the
Alita,
leaders would like exile him instead, or
Mole will step
like,
up
can we
to
trust
me.
anybody else in there? I guess is what I'm getting at. Seems like they're kind of all dicks, every single one that we've talked to. Although we didn't really get in there.
You will
So.
not be able to trust my family. I tell you this.
Okay.
They enjoy the luxury life that following that silver-tongued bastard has given them.
The weird guy.
Max.
Yep, that's him.
From what I recall about the Ichis, they are more of an honorable family, but who knows how they've been manipulated. I was exiled about half a century ago or so. No, we came here to expose corruption. We did not come here to interact with cultists and, well, scaly dragons, lizard things. But, and Mole looks over and, both, they look over at Rock. We do travel prepared. You never know what you will run into.
So what do you think
This is
that
not
cloud thing
what
was
we
all about
expected.
then?
Well, that's what got us out tonight and looking.
Do you think they were trying to do something? Like,
You
I don't think
said
we've
you
seen anything
killed
like
a
that.
number of them. Perhaps they're trying to summon a storm of vengeance. I do not know.
What you said you had allies. I'm not necessarily asking you to give them all up, but do you count? Correct me if I'm saying the name wrong, because I'm really striking out tonight. Scoots.
That's correct.
Yeah, Scoot.
He's okay. 1 out of 7.
Yes, 1 out of 7.
What do you know? He going in when we got here, he didn't seem all that worrisome, but when we made it back from the mountain, he got a little cagey. He got a little tense, I guess, as far as a mechanical person could get.
Well, all of you will pick up that they recognize the name Scoot. When you say Scoot, there's a slight tell on all of them that they. And Mole will continue saying, Scoot is, well, a legend, if it were to be said, of Carver. He was of the shelf and managed to step away.
Isn't Scoot in Whitlaw? Don't you have a presence in Whitlaw?
No, Scoot's the
Who's here?
the
He's the mechanical.
proprietor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's the proprietor of the Rusty
Dusty
Pick.
Pick.
The Dusty Pick.
That one.
He's the in D&D terms, he's the Warforge. In Materia, he's
That's
the
the
Marion.
one that I didn't walk into the office for.
Yes.
Now I remember.
Yep. He was
Mole
really
looks-
interested in Rock's book, but I'm not saying that. That's just
Yeah,
for.
I remember. You guys were quite suspicious of that one.
Yeah,
Now
he
that I
didn't
remember.
really. He really wanted this book from. Have you heard of this guy, Oren Ebenquill? It's like 200 something odd years ago. Does that ring a bell?
Personally, no. Perhaps that sorry, but I know that going on to Scoot, he is of good character, though he is
You count him as an ally?
an ally. He is
Good to know.
unfortunately his condition makes it so that his memory is not ideal.
What does that mean?
He tried to take the direct approach against Maxim some 500 years ago, 300 years
500?
ago. I don't know.
Wow. Man.
And he was cast out of the shell. He was the first to be exiled. But he had such rapport in Carver that Laron and all of his manipulation could not get the rest of them to kill him. After they realized that he had survived the conflict, one piece that worked in the Shelf's favor is he was heavily injured. And ever since his recovery, Mr. Ultra Blue cannot remember much of the past.
That sucks.
That might be.
I really wish I kidnapped that guy now. I know, we
That-
didn't know this at the time, guys, but
I'd still rather not, because causing that kind of...
If I may, Eno will interject to say, he's also the reason we're here. He's the one that called for us.
True.
Oh, that's
No, I just don't wish to cause such. Whether he's guilty or not, doing that in plain sight in the middle of the town is just. We will.
Yeah, you're right. It's dumb.
We will. We will. We will. We'll ruin the chances for something real to happen for all of us. For our future endeavors, we'll put something that we don't want on our name.
You're right. It's just, I had him, but we'll get him. No, we're not gonna go. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he'll get what's
He
coming.
probably deserves to get, kidnapped.
Get got? Yeah. No, we're not gonna
Maybe
do
we're
that.
not the ones that should kidnap him, or
Actually, unrelated to Carver, how? I mean, so it's just the two of you here, but there's more people throughout Cled, Run, all of Materia, or like how big are you? Like how wide do you guys have a reach?
We focus in the continent of Rune, but we are. You will find candlelighters stretched across Rune and
Uh,
Materia proper.
So just to speak to our credentials, are you familiar with Greenhill
Indeed,
and its
the
recent
ogre
history?
incursion.
Yeah.
That
So does the name Crass Menagerie ring a bell at all?
yes, but
Al is slowly pulling out the loot.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like my arms are slowly widening as if to like, hey, this is us, kind of like, uh-huh.
Like tuning up the loot. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, like if what you know, does it seem at all a little familiar now?
from what's familiar? Sorry.
Like what you've heard of the Crass Menagerie, at the time 6 members.
Uh,
We now
we
stand
heard
before
that
you.
there was more than 6.
Yeah, we've had some
We
others come and go, but and we love them all.
well, if you are who you say you are, then we are in luck. Because if I may, as Mulligan, that is a nightmare for me, and I still don't understand how that had this blade. And I guess
I
we'll
mean,
take a
could
break
somebody?
there.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No,
I was gonna
you
say,
can.
could somebody have like fabricated a copy? Is it that special?
They are family blades. They are given to Maxim's direct bloodline.
Interesting.
Oh no, Rock's one of them now.
So, in a way, it is very fortunate that Rock did not get imprisoned with that article on him.
Just so I'm clear, because I, had the sacred cloak. No weird stuff's gonna happen to me, right? I've already had visions and weird things, and I don't go down that again.
Are you really asking that question, Rock? Weird shit
Yes.
happens to you all the time.
Well, maybe this guy can save me from.
Eno will slap Mole. Mole will get up and he'll kind of walk up to you and he's like, he's kind of giving sniff around the air. Puts his big hands on your shoulders, rocking you. They kind of weigh you down, and you see that silvery glow travel from an aura around him to fixating and focusing on his hands, and he kind of squeezes on your shoulders. Nothing to remove. You're fine.
Well, that's a relief.
I mean, you're sure he's not cursed? Like some kind of mind curse? Like, try to make friends with things that want to eat you, curse.
I just call it curiosity. You can't say that's someone being cursed.
You haven't
I
met
mean,
Rock.
curses fester and manipulate in different ways. They can be something small and benign for years, or they can be hyper and aggressive. And then there's going to be a brief pause, and Enno will say, I wonder if the storm is supposed to represent some sort of curse. And that's where we'll take a break.